the threat, the environmental, and the role of youth in protecting our environment. Because of that different issues that we are encounter in our daily life, it makes ourselves to be aware, to be awake, and conscious about this kind of about our environment. And because of that, it enables ourselves to find different kinds of solutions despite that all that kind of problems that relate to environmental aspects. So that is the important thing. Moreover, this principle is the most basic and in fact encompasses all the others. Humans have to understand nature and have to abide the rules nature dictates. In essence, one must not go against the natural processes if one would like to ensure a continuous and steady supply of resources. So, nature knows best. Kaya nga, di ba, meron tayong tinatawag na yung Mother Nature, di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag na Mother Nature. It's because, kaya siya tinatawag na Mother Nature. I-relate natin yan sa human as a mama. Ang mama, Mother knows best. So, parang tinatawag rin natin na Mother Nature is the best or best siya. Kaya nga tinatawag siya Mother Nature or Mother Earth. And one natural processes that needs serious attention is nutrient cycling. In nature, nutrients pass from the environment to the organisms and back to the environment. Any disruption in the cycle can bring about imbalance. So meaning to say, as a human, nasa sa atin rin yun. Kasi lahat ng ating mga ginagawa ay babalik rin sa atin. For instances, yung tinatawag yung pagpuputol ng kahoy, deforestation, illegal logging. Kapag tayo ay putol ng kahoy na hindi tayo nagtatanim, putol lang, babalik rin yun sa atin. One of the problems is yung pagbabaha, yung pagguho ng mga
Landslide.
So, di ba, those disasters it's because of our own action.
Yes.
Tayo lang din ang may kasalanan. Dahil kapag responsible tayo sa ating ginagawa, hindi naman sana yun mangyayari, di ba? Oo. According to the study, kapag puputol ka ng isang punong kahoy, ay papalitan mo siya ng 10. 10. Yeah, puno. Dapat magtanong ka. Okay. Next, the use of chemical pesticide. Ano sa naman eh? Ano din? One natural process that deals with conservation is for example, burning of farm waste. Instead of allowing them to decompose naturally, disrupts the cycle. In burning, most of the organic compounds are lost, the consumption products being returned, as in the case of carbon dioxide build-up which results in the warming of the earth. Ano itong gingon ni ma'am nga, dili lagi magsunog. Hindi tayo magsunog kasi kuhan siya, it affects our
Ozone layer.
It's, and also the global warming. Yes, that is why na umiinit natin yung panahon kasi kung sa una healthy pa ang adlaw, karon alas 8:40 na kasunog na. It's because our ozone layer na kuha na siya kahit kung sa atong pagsunog-sunog o mga plastics and mga different things na mo na siya. Next, nature has also built its mechanism to maintain balance and homeostasis. The ability to nutrients, conduciveness of the environment for growth and reproduction, and the feeding relationship that exists between and among organisms which serve as population controls. For example, the rat population is controlled by the presence of number of its predator. So, the nature itself has its balance process. Hindi naman natin kailangan na tayo mismo ang gagawa ng mga bagay na hindi naman natin alam kung ano ang resulta. Ayon nga dito, according to the context, one of the example of being balanced naturally is the rat. Di ba? Ang percentage ng rat ay nakokontrol siya. It's because of its predator. Ano bang predator ng rat?
A snake.
Oh, yeah, snake. It's because of the snake, it helps to maintain the number of rats. So, meaning to say, the nature itself is...
Nan ay solution.
Yes, there is a solution. Pero kita ka tao,
Ano?
ka bright, di ba? sobrang ka-bright mo ito ang resulta. Next.
Kurat.
Okay, the use of chemical pesticides and fertilizer disrupts check and balance in the ecosystem. Pesticides are either kill vital organisms directly or induce genetic changes that result in resistant pools of organisms. So, kana mga chemicals na ginagamit natin, di ba? Pangpatay ng mga insects, yung mga like kadang ilaga, no? Uk-uk, yan na. We know ourselves na para lang siya nga kwan, wala tayong na danger nga, wala tayong na kwan nga lain. But in kwan dyan sa tinod lang, meron tayong nalapatan ng mga iba't ibang insekto in which it is helpful into our environment to balance our ecosystem.
Ang malam mo.
History and our experience are full example provide validity of this principle. Yes, tama. It's because of our experiences, it's because of the old things that happens in our environment, past or present, that is one of the, that is the most valid evidence to prove this kind of principle that nature knows best. Okay. Next principle is all forms of life are important. In fact, this principle only surveys many of each organism play a fundamental role in nature. Yes, all living things has a role itself in our environment. Since such occupational and functional position, otherwise known as niche, cannot be simultaneously occupied by more than one species, it's apparent that all living things must be considered as invaluable in the maintenance of homeostasis in the ecosystem. So, these principles employ the idea that all organism has its own roles on the nature. It's
Yes.
easy to appreciate the beautiful butterflies, especially knowing their important role in pollination. Yeah, di ba? The giant bees, the elephant, the whales, the alligators are objects of awe and the products they yield ivory, oil, leather respectively and highly priced. But when it comes to unloving, friendly and troublesome creatures, this principle is unusually overlooked. So, as a people, as a human kasi, we are biased then no? But because of our curiosity, we are able to discover, no? Na lahat pala ng mga animals o lahat ng mga bagay, the living things in our planet has its own important. Katulad na lamang ng yung mga animals, di ba? Nagkukuha tayo ng oil, meron
Especially like kanang mga modeling, di ba? Kanang mga bag, mga kanas. It costs
yes, yung mga yung mga panit ng mga
So,
animals, di ba?
thousand of animals mamatay tungod ana.
Katong blonde girl gan nga attorney katong sa movie nga katong ang dog kay ang balat sa dog kay ginahimo nila bags.
Ang mobile kaya ginagawa nila shoes, di ba? So, everything that has a life in our planet has its own importance. For instance, it has been customary for many to study living nature. Earthworms. So yung earthworms kasi, meron ding benefits meron ding importance such as helping our plants to grow well. And also, alam nyo ba na there is a worm na tayo nila is ginagamit na pang ano ng damit?
Silk.
Oh yeah, silk. So that is also a one. Generally, all forms of life important. All living things that present in our planet has its own
Purpose because God made them.
importance, functions. Okay. Everything is connected to everything else. Without reading the context, what is the meaning of that?
Everything is connected to everything else.
Miss Bakuang. Okay. Everything is connected to everything else. This principle is best exemplified by the concept of the ecosystem. In an ecosystem, all biotic and amniotic components interact with each other to ensure the system is perpetuated. Any outside interference may result in imbalance and the deterioration of the system. Meaning to say, in order to balance the all living things in our ecosystem, it has a interconnected relationship. That is
Yes.
why to
One
maintain.
best example for this is the food chain.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Food chain. To maintain balance. Yung for instance, yung rat, di ba? Yung food chain na makikita natin sa ano. So that
Cycle.
is one of the best
Ang
example of
rat
this.
kay kaunon
Okay.
sa
The snake. Ang snake.
kay mukaon og plants, dibang plants mo nga.
Mahimong
The
fertilizer.
organisms are linked to one another through their feeding habit level and are also dependent on the physico-chemical factors in the example. Amount of nutrients, amount of types of gases,
Decomposer.
temperature,
Composer,
etc. At the same
decomposer.
time, the psychochemical factors in the lake are influenced by the terrestrial environment that surrounds it. So, generally, everything is connected to everything else. There is each organism has its rules, has its importance, has its benefits, interchanging by their components. So next, so mana to ang best example na ito ni ma'am.
Food chain.
Okay, Miss Julie.